Hidden in the rolling wheat fields of eastern Washington sits a house that few people notice. Along a quiet gravel road north of the town of Almira stands what locals call the LaFollette Mansion. Not far from the house, about a mile or so, on a small hill overlooking the fields, lies the LaFollette Cemetery, where some of the earliest settlers of this region are buried. Today, except for the sound of birds, insects, and the wind blowing through the wheat, the land is quiet. But more than 140 years ago, this was the edge of the American frontier. This landscape is part of the Big Bend wheat country of eastern Washington, one of the largest dryland wheat farming regions in North America. Wide rolling hills stretch for miles in every direction. In the late 1800s, this land was open prairie covered with bunchgrass and wildflowers. There were no paved roads, no towns, and very few settlers. But that was about to change. In the early 1880s, members of the LaFollette family arrived in this region to claim their homesteads. Like many pioneers, they came west in search of land and opportunity. Under the Homestead Act, settlers could claim 160 acres if they built a home and farmed the land. Families often worked together, filing multiple claims to build larger farms. The LaFollettes eventually established their wheat ranch on these hills north of Almira. Even today, the windmill silently turns in the breeze. I dropped a pebble into its well, and I don't think it fell more than 5 or 6 feet before hearing a splash. Not even having the windmill hooked up to pump water, on this March day, near the end of winter, the land still provides water. But despite having plenty of water, life here in the 1880s was difficult. The nearest towns were many miles away, and supplies had to be hauled over rough wagon roads, but the land proved fertile, and wheat farming soon transformed the region. As the farm grew, so did the need for buildings, workers, and equipment. Large barns and farmhouses began appearing across the Big Bend. The house standing here today is believed to date from the early decades of the 20th century, a time when wheat farming in this region was booming. Compared to many farmhouses of this region, it was unusually large. That's why locals sometimes refer to it as a mansion, even though it was simply the home of a prosperous wheat ranch family. From the home's location, nestled between hills to provide protection from the wind, the owners could look out over thousands of acres of farmland. Just up the road going north is a small pioneer cemetery that carries the family name. The cemetery was established in the late 1800s on land donated by the family. Some of the graves here date back more than a century, and many belong to the early farming families who settled this part of Lincoln County. Small rural cemeteries like this are scattered across the wheat country, quiet reminders of the people who first built farms in this area. Today, the wheat fields surrounding the home are still being farmed. Modern combines harvest grain where horses and plows once worked the land. The old house and cemetery remain as markers of an earlier era, when pioneers first arrived in the Big Bend and carved farms out of the open prairie. Places like this rarely appear on maps or travel guides, but they are part of the history that shaped the rural West. When you see a home like this while out on a drive, take a moment and capture an image of it, or maybe take some video. Preserve some of this history, for it's just a matter of time, some high winds, an excessive snowstorm, or a field fire before the home is reduced to a pile of debris or lump of ash. But for now, here, north of Almira, that history still sits quietly among the wheat fields. Hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed this video and exploration of this unique homestead. Leave a comment if you know of similar properties that deserve a look at. Definitely subscribe to the channel if you want to watch more content like this in the future. And of course, check out some of my earlier videos. That's it for now. May the wind always be at your back. Bye.